This PowerPoint lesson is on animating the contents of individual slides, or custom animation as we used to call it. Every single element of every slide can be animated if you want to. We used slide sorter view, a recommended slide sorter view, when you want to do your transitions from slide to slide. However, you can't animate from here, I don't believe. You don't even want to, even if you could. So you'd want to go to normal view and work on one slide at a time. Having said that, if you wanted all of the titles to come in the same way, and you only wanted to do it once, you can go to view here and use Slide Master in order to do that. So I would click on the headings here, and then you'd be able to go to animations, and then whatever effect you would choose would be applied to every title in every slide. So that way, if you did want them all to come in the same way, you can do it once and then edit it from here anytime you wanted to. Having said that, whenever you want to start animating, you've got this wonderful menu here, great. However, I'm a much bigger fan of asking for the animation pane, first of all, here, and then choosing from this. I like this because you're able to see all the effects and the fact that these are entrance effects, these are emphasis effects, and these are exit effects. So I really like this window, but it's up to you to choose which one you want to use. I'm not going to work with Slide Master. I'm just going to go back to regular view here and just go over some of the things that you can do. So again, we're going to animations, and you can add, once again, it could be an entrance effect, so have it come in a certain way. Now, one thing I really like about this new version of PowerPoint is you simply need to hover your mouse over it, and it gives you a preview of what it's going to look like. That's a huge time saver. So now I can pick that, and that's set, and it's right here in my animation pane. I can't even imagine working in custom animation without my animation pane, because from here you have so many options. So now if I want to do something to my subtitle, I could do that here as well, and I can add an animation here if I'd like to. And again, I'm just simply hovering my mouse over, and it's showing me how this would look. And it's showing me here that my title will animate before my subtitle, which is of course typically what you'd want. But I want you to know that you can actually move these things as well by just simply clicking and dragging. So now, if I want to preview this, it'll show me that my subtitle comes in first, and then my title comes in next. And I would, of course, probably want to move that back. Next, we have a bulleted list here, and I just want to talk about how you can animate this. Again, you have all these different things, right? You have the entrance, emphasis, and exit. I don't want to dwell over every single one of them. I'll let you play with them and see what they do. I'll pick something real simple and easy right now. So let's say I picked that, okay? Now, I want you to know that you can now go into effect options here, and you've got some choices. First of all, I have it coming in all at once. So I have little numbers here. It's saying that this will be first, this will be second, this will be third, fourth, fifth. So as I click my mouse, those will come in. I can set it differently if I wanted to. I can set it up so that it comes in word by word. Okay? And there's a delay between words. So that will be a little bit slower coming in than it would otherwise. I don't know that I've ever used it, but if you had just one word and you wanted it to come in one letter at a time, you could do that too. All right? I don't know that I would do that for this because it would just be long and annoying. So I wanted you to know that you have those choices. But you can also, if you wanted to, you can also have everything come in at once. So if you had a long presentation and you don't really want to go through every single little line, you'd be able to do that and have this entire paragraph just come in as one item. So many, many choices, many options when you're animating your bulleted lists. I talked in earlier lessons about sound and how so many of the sounds that they've used over the years have just really annoyed people. And one of the trends that I've seen is people putting songs in their presentation instead. And you can put several songs in a presentation. You can have them start and stop anywhere you want. And you would do that simply by going to Insert and Audio. And then typically you would have the file somewhere on your computer. And if you're building it on your computer, make sure that you make sure you're using that computer for the presentation. Or if you're saving the presentation, make sure you save the song as well in the same drive, or it's not going to work. So you find your audio file. So I believe that I have the song that I wanted here, and then you simply insert. And when you hit insert, you'll typically get a question. I'm just waiting for it to load here. Now it looks a little different than it used to. It used to ask you if you wanted to load it, if you wanted it to play automatically, but now you get this instead. Now, I'm not sure if this is actually going to show in your presentations. Let's just see what this is going to look like if I preview. All right. So first of all, I'm not going to want that to show, of course. So we'll find out how to hide that later. So here are my effects for this song. And if you want your song to play first, you would bring it right up to the top. So then it would start right at the beginning. And then you've got various options here. So I'm going to go right into Effect Options and see what I've got. So first of all, if you don't want the song to start at the very, very beginning, you would find out when the actual music starts, because some songs are kind of slow to start, and you set that. The other is when do you want it to stop? And if you only want it to run for 4 slides, you would say stop after 4 slides. If you wanted it to run for your whole show, you would just see how many slides you have in your show, which is 8, and you say stop after 8 slides. So you determine that. And here it's going to start when I click. I can have a delay if I want to. I can have it repeat if I want to. And here, hide audio icon. It's not allowing me to click on that, so I'm assuming it is going to hide it. I used to be able to click on that. I'm not sure why I can't. Again, I'm just assuming that it's going to hide the icon. If for some reason it doesn't, it will allow me to just take this and put it here. And though it's still going to run in my presentation, it's not showing up on my slide. So now this song should run from the first slide all the way to the 4th. And it didn't do it. So let's find out what happened here. Oh, okay. I have to reset this. You know what? I didn't hit OK. I hit cancel, and that's why it didn't work. So let me just hit OK, and let's try that one more time. Alright, so now that I got to my 5th slide, it stopped running, and if I wanted to, I could insert a new song there and run it back there. And you'll notice that it didn't show up in my show. So that's how you can easily insert music into the background. You can adjust the volume, of course, so that it plays a little bit lower. So those are the basic features in animation. There are tons of them. You can literally spend an entire week just animating various aspects of your presentation. If you're looking to kill time, it's a great way to kill time, but you don't need to. You can quickly and easily animate the entire presentation so that it looks good and professional. Just be careful as to not over animate it, because sometimes it could just distract from what it is you're trying to say in your presentation.